Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Kenny Pickett officially ruled out versus Bengals. Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett has officially been ruled out for Saturday's game against the Cincinnati Bengals, Mike Tomlin announced. In light of Pickett not being able to play, Mason Rudolph will get his first start since the 2021 season against the Detroit Lions when he filled in for Ben Roethlisberger after he tested positive for COVID-19. It will be Rudolph's 11th career start and 19th career appearance in an NFL game. He relived Mitch Trubisky late in the fourth quarter of last week's loss to the Indianapolis Colts after Trubisky threw his second interception of the game. After 3 straight losses, the Steelers currently hold the number 10 seed in the AFC, and their playoff chances are minuscule. They would almost certainly need to win out, as well as get some help from around the league to drop teams like the Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, Indianapolis Colts, and Houston Texans down the standings with a few losses. With regards to who will start at quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers next game, don't write down Mason Rudolph's name in permanent marker just yet. Indications are Kenny Pickett continues to remain in play for the role. Pickett had what coach Mike Tomlin characterized as a good day at practice Wednesday, 3 days before Saturday's 2023 home finale against the Cincinnati Bengals. According to the league-mandated injury report, Pickett was classified as a limited participant at Wednesday's practice. "We will see how his body responds to the work today," Tomlin said after the session, "and make plans for Thursday accordingly." Pickett has missed the past 2 games since suffering an ankle injury during a December 3 loss to the Arizona Cardinals. Pickett had tightrope surgery the following day. Mitch Trubisky was the starter for losses to New England and Indianapolis, and Tomlin said Monday that Mason Rudolph has passed Trubisky on the depth chart and will start unless Pickett is cleared. According to videos from media from the early portion of Wednesday's practice, Pickett was second in the quarterback line for drills behind Rudolph. On Tuesday, an ESPN video showed Pickett was 4th behind Rudolph, Trubisky, and practice squad member Trace McSorley. NFL, TJ Watt played with dislocated finger for Steelers against Ravens. Some players are used to taking the field with injuries in NFL games. Pittsburgh Steelers edge rusher TJ Watt experienced this beyond normal. This past Sunday, the 8th, the player played with a dislocated finger in the Pennsylvania franchise's victory over the Baltimore Ravens, according to journalist Tom Pelissero. Watt would have suffered the injury in the first quarter of the match, but, instead of leaving the field, the current Defensive Player of the Year preferred to go to the sideline, put his finger back in its place, and then return to the game. According to Pelissero, the injury was serious, with some ligaments torn, but it will not cause the athlete to miss any games. TJ will be back as early as Week 7, but will likely undergo season-ending surgery. Despite being injured, the player had another dominant performance against the Ravens on Sunday, the 8th. The athlete finished the game with 2 sacks, 2 passes defended, and a recovered fumble. The current DPOY is the league leader in sacks on the season, with 8 total. Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker TJ Watt has been cleared from concussion protocol by an independent neurologist, meaning he will be available to play Saturday against the Indianapolis Colts in Week 15 of the NFL. Watt entered the protocol after the Week 14 loss to the Patriots, when he reported concussion-like symptoms following the matchup. Pittsburgh's defensive star took an unintentional knee to the helmet from Ezekiel Elliott on the first play of the duel. One of the league's top pass rushers, Watt missed a few snaps and was cleared to return to the game. He wore a dark visor, starting upon his return, but no explanation was given for the change. Watt was subsequently a limited participant in training on Tuesday, 12, and a full participant on Wednesday, 13, before being cleared by an independent neurological consultant. In a similar case, fellow linebacker Alex Highsmith has not yet been released after also suffering a concussion against New England. However, if Highsmith is released, the Steelers plan to have him and TJ Watt unrestricted against the Colts. Watt and Highsmith have combined for 20 sacks, 43 quarterback hits, 5 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns so far this season. The duo is one of the main reasons why Pittsburgh, 7-6, is still in playoff contention, despite an offense that has struggled to score. 3 hidden gem free agents the Steelers can still hire. Finally, we look at a running back the Steelers could bring in. Enter Caleb Huntley, an unsung hero of the Atlanta Falcons' dominant offense last season. He wasn't the main guy by any means, but he still got a fair share of the work. Huntley rushed 76 times for 366 yards, an average of 4.8 yards per carry, while 18 of those runs went for first down. These types of percentages and positive plays are why he was able to earn such an impressive 86.9 overall grade last season via Pro Football Focus. If Huntley were to be signed by the Steelers, he would immediately become a hot option, and would also put pressure on the former fourth-round pick to step up if he truly wants a bigger role in the future. Caleb Jared Huntley, born September 15, 1998, is an American football running back who is a free agent. He played college football at Ball State and was signed by the Falcons as an undrafted free agent in 2021. Huntley was born on September 15, 1998, and grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. He attended Locust Grove High School and was a four-year letterman. He played 4 seasons as a varsity football player at running back and finished his career with 3,135 yards and 30 touchdowns. As a senior in 2016, he ran for 1,487 yards and scored 13 touchdowns, earning Region 4/5A Offensive Player of the Year honors. He recorded more than 100 rushing yards in every game of the 2016 season, and holds the single-season rushing record and rushing yards per game record at Locust Grove. He was a 3-star recruit according to 247 Sports. Huntley had committed to Western Kentucky, but they decided not to have him on the team as a result of poor grades in high school. He instead signed with Ball State. As a freshman in 2017, he appeared in all 12 games and started the concluding 7, recording 1,003 rushing yards on 210 attempts, both leading the team. He is one of only 2 freshmen in school history to run for over 1,000 yards. He was given the John Hodge Award at the end of the year, given to the best Ball State freshman. As a sophomore in 2018, Huntley appeared in the first 6 games, before suffering a season-ending injury against Northern Illinois. In 2019, Huntley started 11 out of 12 games at running back and recorded 1,275 rushing yards, placing 3rd in the Mid-American Conference, MAC, with 106.2 rushing yards per game. Gaining over 100 yards in all but one of the inter-conference matches, Huntley was named second-team All-MAC at the end of the year as well as Ball State Offensive Player of the Year. As a senior in 2020, Huntley recorded 437 rushing yards on 80 carries, scoring 6 touchdowns. He appeared in only 3 games due to injury, but, despite this, played well enough to earn a spot on the All-Conference team. Although being given an extra year of eligibility due to the COVID-19 pandemic, he decided to declare for the NFL draft. Huntley finished his college career with 2,902 rushing yards, 7th all-time in school history, and 21 rushing touchdowns, which ranks 10th in the team record books. And you fan, what do you think of the Caleb Huntley situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.